For this first exercise, we're going to take an if-else-if and rewrite it using a switch statement. So if you take a look at the program in front of you, I've written a method called calc, which we've worked with before, and I've written it as an if-else-if where we look at the operator passed to the method. And if it's a plus sign, we return an addition. If it's a minus sign, we return a subtraction. If it's multiplication, we return the product. Or we do a division if it's a divide by sign. So we want to rewrite this using a switch statement. So let's get started. I've already commented out the if-else-if. So we start out by writing switch, and we want to switch on operator, or op. Then we write an open brace. Then we write case, and then the plus sign, followed by a colon. And then we're going to return num1 plus num2. Then break. Then case minus, return num1 minus num2, and then a break. And then case multiplication, return num1 times num2, and break. And then case division, return num1 divided by num2, break, and then our default will be return 0. And close the switch, and we already have the method closed. So before we move on, see how easy it is in most cases to rewrite an if-else-if as a switch statement. It's so easy that we could actually write a program to do it. But anyway, let's go ahead and test it now. So let's go back up to main. Let's create a couple of variables, n1 and n2. Assign some values to them. And then we'll test the method. So we'll calc with n1, n2, and a plus sign. And then calc with subtraction. Oh, here we have 2 n2s. Change that real quick. There we go. And then multiplication. And then finally, division. That should be all we need. So let's save the program. Clear the screen. All right, now, here's a situation where following the rules actually gets you in a little bit of trouble. Because we're using multiple returns, the break statement cannot be reached. And so the compiler is saying unreachable statement. Two ways to get around this. One way would be to take out the break. Another way would be to get rid of the returns, assign it to a variable, and then return at the end of the switch statement. Also, I misspelled default right there, which is going to cause an error later on down the line. Because I want to keep the continuity of the break statement the way it is, here's what I'm going to do. We're going to create a result variable, and we better initialize it. And then we're going to simply assign it in each one of these parts, like so, or assign to it, actually. It's a better way to say that. And then right here, return it. So now that should work. So we'll save it, clear the screen, compile again, and there are our results. 23 plus 11 is 34, it's 12, 253, and then 2.0909 repeating. So there you see an example of rewriting an if-else-if with a switch statement. You can't do it in every case, especially if you have complex logic that you're having to test, or if you're working with a non-integral value like a string or a user-defined type. But for integral values that you're making decisions on like this, the switch statement is often a good alternative to an if-else-if in these situations. So now we'll move on to the next exercise where we work with do-while loops.